Do you see any water troughs anywhere for them? I don't see any water troughs. Touch her! Not touch her!
You may be surprised to learn wet markets, where live animals are sold on the spot, are also in the United States.
There are over 80 wet markets still operating in the New York City area alone.
In Brooklyn, Astoria, Flushing, the Bronx, and Harlem.
Careful with the feces. You don't want to bring that feces home.
There's heads, guts, just leaving it on the sidewalk.
Why are these live markets in our neighborhood, right next to a dental office?
We can't be pointing the finger at China when we have the same or worse conditions here. It doesn't matter whether they're wild animals or domestic animals.
Live animal markets are a breeding ground for disease, and indeed, the next pandemic may come from live bird markets in New York City rather than wet markets somewhere in South Asia.
Does it now concern you that you have a live animal market in your own backyard?
Everybody gets upset, but the health department, nobody wants to do anything. If you don't like it, don't come by there. Because unfortunately, I personally can't do anything.
The first association is, oh, those are in China. We don't have those here.
We are here in Jamaica, Queens at a slaughterhouse, and we already see filth and excrement so close to the sewers. There are over 80 slaughterhouses in New York City, and whether you call them live animal markets, wet markets, slaughterhouses, the nature of these industries is exactly the same.
Many activists, including myself, have been documenting these conditions for years. Basically, we're just going to go in, take a little walk around, see what violations we're going to spot.
When entering the slaughterhouses, we have to be creative about how to capture footage. And every time we notice a handful of health and animal cruelty violations.
These live animal wet markets represent a perfect storm for zoonotic animal to human disease transmission because you have these crowded cages in these markets contaminated with blood, urine, feces of species mixed together in a breeding ground for disease.
And for whatever reason, on occasion, these activities can get contentious.
If you walk inside, I'll knock your head out.
They try to kick you out. They get really defensive, very aggressive.
It's a public sidewalk.
No one was wearing gloves in there. So they just splash water here. I don't know if it's a threatening tactic or what.
You're not buying anything, get out. Get out.
Don't touch me. Do not touch me.
Get the out of the store. You walk in one more time,
In January, I was filming from a sidewalk actually, so it's 100% legal. Got debris on the sidewalk. Do you see any water troughs anywhere for them? I don't see any water troughs.
Get the out. Get the
Touch her! Do not touch her!
out.
Do not. At a certain point, we have to recognize when a practice is a hazard to all human life on this planet, and we have to adjust accordingly.
Pandemics are always a matter of when, not if. As devastating as COVID-19 has been, according to the CDC, the leading candidate for the next pandemic is a bird flu virus called H7N9, which is 100 times deadlier than COVID-19.
Can we just say that? Can that be the whole thing? It's so obvious.
What's obvious?
Shut this down. That's it.
Animal rights advocates descended on New York City slaughterhouses today. Protesters gathered outside live animal markets throughout the city. Shut down the live animal market. A cry for change outside this slaughterhouse in Brooklyn, across the street from a park and a high school.
It was a citywide protest. So I was at one in Queens at a slaughter market. We were exposing the fact that not only are there wet markets operating in our own city, they are operating right now during the pandemic.
Past investigations have shown the repeated code violations many markets in New York City have faced. But market owners say their stores are culturally significant and shouldn't close.
Anything that people think is traditional and part of their culture, it's always difficult to get people to change that.
Shut them down. These people, they want to close it just in the crisis or forever?
Forever.
No. These people, they have a family, they support family. These people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I don't know, maybe they got live chicken phobia. Some people, they're vegetarian, you know, we like eat only vegetarian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Over here, I have mostly Muslims, and you have Spanish people that really want fresh animals, fresh food, fresh meat, fresh everything.
But we're not targeting their culture or their religion or their traditions. This is protecting everybody's safety, especially those most directly exposed to it, which is the workers and the residents in those neighborhoods.
See that blood? Where's it coming from? Follow the blood. You're not gonna find the live market on the Upper West Side, on the Upper East Side. They obviously don't want us to see what's going on inside, and that's all right, because what we're seeing out here is enough. This is more than enough. The smell is horrible. The conditions are horrible. Crate after crate after crate. Is this life? Living in cages? This isn't life.
The truck comes and you see that, it's like, ooh. And whatever remains, it drops there, just, what happened here? Like it's normal. It's normal, nothing compared to what they threw in the truck, right? So it's all right.
We really feel that it is a common sense, obvious move to shut them down immediately and lead the way on a global shutdown of these live animal markets worldwide.
This week, 2 state legislators from the city introduced a bill that could ban live markets in the city.
The conditions are abysmal in some of these markets. And so I've introduced a bill into the New York State Assembly that calls for shutting down these markets immediately.
In many of them that I've seen, they're located in the middle of a residential area. And one trigger, one zoonotic virus, can be devastating in the communities that we represent.
So we need to be a strong political force for animals, but legislation can take years to pass. And what I've always learned from other movements is that you can't ever give up. You cannot give up. Perseverance is the only way you win and set these amazing precedents that then have a domino effect around the world.
You know, it's amazing that this bill was introduced to shut down these slaughterhouse operations, and we do hope it passes. But for now, they still remain open.
Denial is a very strong force to human beings, and we are very good at justifying really indefensible things. But it is getting increasingly harder for people to be in denial about how destructive and deadly our animal agriculture system is, because literally life on Earth is at risk.
Pandemic risk is all about what we as a species eat, so how we treat animals can have global public health implications. In fact, the COVID-19 pandemic may just be a dress rehearsal. I mean, it could be like the dry run we needed, the fire drill to wake us from our complacency and reform the food system before it's too late.